Hello and welcome to today's seminar. Today's topic is how to overcome fear of abandonment, that is related to childhood trauma. What is what are the symptoms that someone has fear of abandonment? What causes fear of abandonment? And how does fear of abandonment affect the child in their childhood, later as they grow up and go into adult life, and how to heal it? Fear of abandonment in a narcissistic family, dysfunctional family, in abusive family, where both the parents play victim, any conflict is not addressed maturely. Any problem that arises in the family, it is not handled with responsibility. There is no any communication. There is no any love. There is no any understanding. Growing in such kind of dynamic, family dynamics, where lie, deception, judgment, and fear rule, and instead of truth and faith and love, the children, their needs for safety and security is in danger. The parents neglect their children's needs. They become children in adult body. So fear of abandonment starts in this environment as a child feels unsafe. Their parents' unpredictability, their inconsistency in care giving, sometimes emotionally available, sometimes warm, other times cold, other times neglectful and harsh and abusive. It is a confusing, it's a confusing scene for the child, a painful experience. It cuts so deep into the psyche of the child. The child doesn't know how to process their emotions. So they start to internalize and feel that whatever happening, it must be their fault. That the parents are not loving, it must be my fault. So if it is my fault, then I must fix it. So they won't leave, so they won't abandon me, so I'll be loved. The child starts to interpret that their parents' dysfunction, it is their responsibility to fix it. Because the child doesn't think that the parent could be wrong. The parents are ideal models, so it must be my fault. That's innocence. The child doesn't have the capacity to see that this is a dysfunction of a parent. So the child becomes a fixer and becomes anxiously attached to the parents and to people. They feel insecure. They feel that if they don't do something, they'll be left, they'll be abandoned. So they start to absorb the emotions of their parents, the emotions of people around them. That's how it starts. Now, how does this affect the child in childhood? Of course, the child now, their psyche is now hunted. The chaos in the family drama is not just something that brings damage externally to the child. It goes deep, it cuts deep, and it creates wounds. The child's psyche is hunted. The mother that plays victim, a narcissist mother, she crafts subtly a script of a victim. She wanted a savior. She sees the children as a resource, as somebody they must be sacrificed for her to live life, not as autonomous human beings. So the child now, their childhood is lost. They become a partner in fixing the marriage, in solving their financial need, in meeting the emotional needs of the mother, in protecting even the mother. The psyche of the child is haunted with a false story. The image of how they see the world, who should they trust and who should not, is dictated by the mother's narrative. Toxic narrative, dysfunctional false narrative. See, hardships are part of life. They are not punishments. Trees shed their leaves in winter. That's not a punishment. They prepare, they shed the leaves that doesn't serve them. So they prepare for the spring season to blossom. God's rule, God's system is the same. It's mercy. Seasons alternate not to punish. That's life cycle. When we go through hardship, it's not punishment from God, it's a preparation. We live to remove from us false beliefs, lies, to strengthen us. The soul grows in hardship. But dysfunctional family, they create a false story of a victim. The devil leading them ahead into chaos, into darkness, through deceit and lie. They hunt the child's identity. The child does not grow as as other children having their own identity, but they grow as an extension of their mother. The mother decides how should they judge others, who should they trust and who should not. So everyone becomes enemy, except the mother is a reliable source. Do not listen to anyone. It's only me. Me, 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 me. So the child grows with this script, becomes a savior. Now, how do they show? What are the symptoms that you have uh, fear of abandonment when you grow into adult? These are the symptoms. The script of a victim that turns the child into a savior, into a therapist, into emotional caregiver is still running. It's deep in the psyche, it's embedded. See, no matter what this adult does to change themselves on the surface level, the deep psyche is running a false script of darknesses. So until they become aware of it, they are victim. They are victim of a false narrative. They are slave to the mother. So the symptoms are overgiving, compromising constantly their own integrity to please others, doing the things that hurt them to keep everybody happy, tolerating gaslighting, abuse, disrespect, so everybody is okay, comfortable, care so much about others at own cost. This is a dysfunction narcissist mother creates in the psyche. Now, fear of abandonment is a child's survival mechanism. The child has learned that if they perform, if they sacrifice their own needs and meet others' needs, if they do anything they have been asked, they'll be loved. They will not be rejected. Their ability to discern between the people who truly love them and the false ones, they don't know. It has not developed yet. So, this survival mechanism of a childhood, until it is addressed, it is a major fear that drives our actions in adult life. We overgive, we over explain, we people please, we are burning inside with gaslighting, with disrespect, but tolerating dysfunction for fear of being abandoned. And the more we try to compromise ourselves to keep others around us, They leave. Because fear of abandonment is a lie, it's an enemy. Fear of abandonment is a false internal enemy, a false belief. Constantly blaming oneself for others' dysfunction, that's a lie. So, when you have these symptoms I mentioned, how do you start? That means you have fear of abandonment. To heal from the mother wound, you do not just fight the external enemy, the narcissist mother and other narcissist people that you have been allowing into your life, the toxic ones. You do not just cut ties with them, but also you need to fight the internal enemy, and that is fear of abandonment. Fear of abandonment, to heal from it, we need to start understanding. How does it affect us? The way we see ourselves, the way we see the world, in a relationship. We need to be aware. At work, when it is at work, how is it working? How is it affecting our choices and decisions? Why did I compromise? Why did I laugh when I was belittled? Why I didn't speak up? It is not harshness. It is not cruelty. The script of a victim mother is harshness and cruelty. Harshness, cruelty is not the nature of human being. We are not created on that nature. We are created on compassion and love. So erasure of identity means replacing with dysfunction. So we need to counter that dysfunction, that damage they caused. And that means you need to start be compassionate and merciful to yourself. Be gentle. Do not hate yourself for having fear of abandonment. Do not judge yourself harshly for making those mistakes. No matter what mistake you did, no matter how much sins you sin, be gentle with yourself. Be merciful with yourself. So being aware, being gentle and compassionate with yourself, having connection with God, setting boundary and starting saying no, and cutting out from your life all that feed the dysfunction. People that bring dysfunction. There are people in this world who carry darkness with them. Who carry darkness, their agenda is to bring darkness into every room. They don't want peace. They don't want growth. They don't want prosperity. They are comfortable in the dark and they want everybody else to be like them. These are worst enemies, enemies of humanity, enemies of peace and integrity. This could be your mother. A narcissist mother is one of them. A father, narcissist father, or a narcissist husband, a wife, whatever, a friend. Anyone who brings dysfunction into your life. Anyone who does not add into your life value, who does not make you become better. Anyone who does not you consider close. But they show up only when they need you. And when you need them, they are nowhere to find. You cut ties with them completely. Fear of abandonment is the internal enemy that stops you from distancing them. It's a false attachment. So work on yourself on overcoming fear of abandonment, being out, creating internal anchor with yourself through self-care, love, compassion, and daily connection with God. No, say no. Learn to say no. Set boundary. And know, most importantly, that healing is a process. It does not happen overnight. Just because you want to heal all over, it doesn't happen overnight. Shedding shame, shedding off of us the leaves of shame, the leaves of guilt, inadequacy, and worthiness, anxiety. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. So be merciful and gentle with yourself. Build small daily habits. When you feel anxious, when you feel this abandonment, allow yourself to feel the emotion. Allow yourself to feel the pain. And talk to yourself gently. Replace those harsh critics. You will hear the voice of the abuser on your head long after you have separated from them because it has been deeply embedded in your psyche. But know that God is with you. He is helping you and He will continue to help you to overcome those false, harsh critics on your head. and He will restore you for every damage the enemy caused. Having discernment is key. Knowing your enemies and who are your friends. Like I mentioned earlier, the ones who need you only, they show up only when they need something from you. You need to remove them completely. They are not from you. They are not your tribe. They are not your tribe. They are people who pull you down. Remove them from your life. Useless. Useless. They bring dysfunction only. Cowards. It's not your job to fix them. If they want to drown in that dysfunction, let them. Leave them. Let go. Let them go. Focus on you. Your job is not to fix others. Your job is to fix yourself. Protect your peace. Set your boundaries strongly. Distance yourself from dysfunctional people. Take care of yourself. Have a daily connection with God. Allow yourself to feel the pain. Build small healthy habits. Replace negative chatter with compassion and gentleness. Thank you for watching. For more like this, click on subscribe, like, and share this video with somebody you think they need to hear. See you in the next video.